any person, anyone can grab the meaning of you.
Because my physical expressions are there, even though I'm not able to make them understand by words, my face speaks a lot, and my hand gestures, I use my whole body to express my thought. And I feel that's the great way, and people understand whatever I wanted to say. Your accent is something like that. You don't look that you are from Bihar. Usually, the people like identify just because of their tone and the talking, but your accent is really nice. Afternoon, how are you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm really good. And today I'm really excited as well because I just wanted to connect with you very long time. I messaged you many times, but I couldn't have any response from your side. So little bit I was in suspense. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad that you want to connect with me, and sorry for like my busy schedule. Because of that, I was not able to connect it. And yeah, randomly I used to. This is my habit now. I usually message in the group, and whosoever is available, I just randomly connected with the person. So that's great. You are here. Okay. So yeah, before we start, I would like to know little more about you because I really do not anything about you.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, I belong to Bihar state. I'm a primary teacher, and nowadays I'm helping to the beginner student in a spoken field. And if I talk about my hobbies, so I love to interact with the peoples and learning new things. Yeah, it's a part of my hobbies. So yeah, it's all
Oh,
about me.
okay. And what about your education?
Yeah, I've done my graduations. After finishing graduation, I would give an interview in private sector, and I would selected there as a teacher.
Okay. Okay, that's great. That's great. So you are a teacher. So like which class of students you are dealing with?
Nursery class to five up to.
Okay, that's great. You
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, you can consider like the way I often treat myself like a teacher, for the learner. So I often try to give better to better techniques, strategy to learner, so they can utilize their time in good manner.
okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. So how did you decided to be a YouTuber? Like you said that you are a YouTuber. How this idea has come to your mind?
Actually, ma'am, before time I was just attending call as audio call through various kinds of applications. I was not satisfied. I was not having contentment feeling inside of mine. So I thought ultimately I have to interact with the people face to face. So why why don't I start this conversation? So one day I got to know the conversation video through the channels. I mean YouTube channels. So then I got to the ideas to just create any channel, and this way you can approach to the peoples. So that's
Mm,
why I got the idea this way.
okay, that's great. It also helps a person to improve communication skill, and you don't feel hesitant when you try to connect with different people with different background or diverse background. So that time you start feeling comfortable even when you're talking to a stranger. So that's a great platform, I would say.
Yes, ma'am. And the plus point is that the both of sides the equal energy, equal energy, equal intentions. It's a more important part of you maintain consistency and learning something new. Right.
That's true. That's true. So do I also need to introduce myself, or a little bit?
No, ma'am. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Karishma Chauhan. I'm speaking to you from Gurgaon. Basically, I hail from Delhi and completed my education there. I was a commerce student. After that, I pursue LLB, and now I'm an advocate by profession, and also I'm a part-time YouTuber, and also I'm a mother of
Oh,
two children. That's all about me.
thank you so much for giving me your precious introductions. So, ma'am, I would like to know the one strategy of yours to learn your spoken English in these days. How have you been improving your skill?
If you talk about now, I'm just doing my conversation practice with the different people, and this is how I'm maintaining the way of my learning, because I usually do not get much time to spend on my learning, and therefore I'm not able to collect or learn few vocabularies or to work on anything except practicing with someone. So that is only for the half an hour, not more than that. So usually I do this. But yes, if I talk about at the beginning, when I was learning, I was not able to, make normal 3 to 4 lines of conversation. That time I used to listen a lot of videos, and then I try to speak, I practice, I use so many application to improve my fluency. This is how I've started, but as of now
Okay.
I'm not doing much.
Yeah, you are right, ma'am. By maintaining consistency, observing the things around you, and indulging self in like any podcast, speeches, learning and consuming the right things, pronunciation, and these are many things are there to learning out. So if you are doing it in a particular time, initial days, so it must be get a little bit improvement at yourself as you want. Okay, ma'am. So like I would like to know your habit, your hobbies.
My hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies. First is scrolling YouTube. That is one of my best thing which I would love to do. Whenever I get any free time, I start scrolling YouTube and try to find out good content for me, good English videos, good YouTube channels where I can learn something. This is one of my hobby. Second is I love walking. I don't know, people do walking to maintain themselves and to be fit, but I personally like walking because when I walk, my mind start thinking in a different manner. I utilize that walking time to create something new, and my mind, I don't know why, it start working additionally, like extra when I start walking. So this is one of my hobby.
Hmm.
And other than that, dancing. I love dancing, but I don't know how to dance, so like it's not, no more in my list, no more in my routine, but I did like it, but not now.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am, that's
Yeah.
really great hobbies of yours. By walking, you are gradually thinking and observing the things around you. So it kinds of things give you some kinds of idea. You know, if you have a
Yes.
creative mind, creative thoughts, so automatically it's start acting towards any kinds of a skill, and in a sudden moment you can just generate out some kinds of skills ideas. So yeah, this is the
Yeah.
hobbies of some of people's. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
great.
even if I'm sitting idle, maybe no idea has come to my mind. But when I walk, I don't know how I get so many ideas at the same time. So that's why I would love to walk. My mind works literally like very creatively at that time. So that's why it becomes my hobby.
Yeah, ma'am, you are right. Because why the people, I mean, any therapy suggest to the learner, I mean, any normal people to just visiting various kinds of places for a while so that they can take a leave, from the responsibility of life and indulging self in a various kinds of field and learning something new. This is a way of just distracting your intention for your priority of life for a while. That would be work like a
Yeah, that's
medicine, right?
yeah,
So
that's
this
true.
is the
That's
reason
true.
behind it. Yes, ma'am. Because
Mhm.
this is a life. Wearing is a first priority of the human to extending experience levels of life, right?
Yes, that's true. What is your hobby?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I like to talk to a stranger. I'm very
Oh,
passionate to learn the human's behavior. Okay, just uh, I mean traditions, cultures, lifestyles. Because somehow these are things will help us to motivate self and maintaining the balance of life. Because some of time you are not aware so many things of your life, so these are experiences will help you to holding yourself in a bad situation, and that will guiding you it good man, right?
that's
That's
true.
one.
That's true. Absolutely right. Great. So what is your motive? What do you want to do in your like next few years of your life? What is your plan?
Actually, ma'am, I just want to become good teacher. Okay, I just want to help all the learner. Okay, because
Okay.
if you are living for someone your life, so your life will be so much best for other, because every people are
Mhm.
selfless in this time. No one care about someone. If you are caring, that is mean that is the way you achieve all the goal of your life, because you are caring someone. It is the reasons behind it. God always have to other who's think about someone, right? If you really want to come
Mhm.
to your goals of life, start caring other. Ultimately all these things can be come to.
That's true, but we humans are very selfish. We first care about us and then about others. And not about others. First, we care about us, and then our family comes, and then the other person comes. Usually, we don't give priority to other people who is unknown to us or who is stranger, no matter in which condition he is or like what scenario he's going through. But we, most of the time, I have seen this human tendency that they focus more on their own people rather than focusing on others. But if you're thinking of helping others, caring others, that's a really good deed and it gives you inner satisfaction, I feel.
Yes, ma'am. Because of why they are thinking like that? Because which person around they living, they affected their lifestyle and all these things, their memories, their thoughts, because of negative
Mm,
energy, affection. Because of that, and their mentality also becoming like that. Similarity of all of them, right? So
mm,
if you think are very different to other, that is mean you have a specific quality, and you can think totally different to for the other. That's why it's up to you how you distract your intention and how you can consider exchange things, right?
mm. Right, that's true. If I compare this time to like ancient previous time, like 10 to 12 or 15 years ago, people are more attached to each other. Like even if someone is a stranger, they were always ready to help them. But nowadays, everything has changed. Every person is just thinking about themselves, their growth, their career, their life, everything. And we're not focusing, like most of the time, we do not want to help any other person, and for that,
Yes,
like
well,
NGOs are growing day by day, that's true, but still every person has this soft corner to help other people. Then only we can live in this world happily, what I feel is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you are right, ma'am. Because reasons behind it, with whom, with person around we are living, all that time we have been aware their natures, their bad activities. So somehow we also gradually becoming like that because we are living nearby that person. Obviously, their energy, their negativeness must affect us, right?
Mm,
Because it's up
that's
to you,
true.
like where you live, where you stay. Why the
Mm,
being a parent has been creating good environment around their kids in early age, because they can develop their growth in good manner. If your kid will be living surrounding bad person, so obviously their energy will be affected your kids and spoil their
mm,
development, right? So many things, reasons behind it. Where we live, it's
yeah.
really matter a lot.
You know what, a child can only listen to us till a certain age. After a certain age, he will find his own environment, he will select or choose his own surrounding, and we never know what kind of surrounding he is going to choose. So for that reason, I think parents especially, they are very much aware about the everything. Like they want to give best environment to the kid. They don't even talk few words in just front of your kids. Earlier it was not like that. People are not that much aware, especially the parents. They were very like simple, normal. They don't think about what kid is learning. That's not the concern that time. But now parents are very much concerned. They speak in a manner that it cannot affect negatively to the children. So we are
Yeah.
also like, parents are more educated, creating great environment for the kids. But ultimately, your surroundings, like after a certain age, that depends what kind of environment you are getting, what kind of friends, what kind of circle you have. So ultimately, you're going to be like that.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. Because after crossing the age of 12 year of kids, they start, wondering, various kinds of way, they do not have the much sensibility to the take out right path accordingly their comfort. Okay, so this is the responsibility of the parents, just create out under the 12 of age their kids good environment. Okay, after developing their brain, in good manner, they have a like a proper stage to get out better quality, better selections, right? They have much a better understanding to choose out right and wrong. Okay, these are,
That's true.
yeah, these are things can be the possibility in future for the kids life according to me, right, ma'am?
No, that's true. That's absolutely true. We should nurture a kid in such a way that he can take good decisions when he'll grown up. But usually it doesn't happen. Like people thought that he has like parents didn't taught anything to their kid and that's why they're spoiled. But no, it's not true. Sometimes I feel like kids just ignore their parents advice, and they trust on other people even since their childhood, and they don't listen to their parents. But society does not understand this thing. They thought if child is exploited, 100% parents have not look after them properly. But being a parent now, I am understand this thing. No, it's not like not 100% is in parents hand. Maybe we can nurture him like 80% is our, what do we call, parvarish, but rest of the 20% his own decision, what he want
Nice.
to do with his life. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, many of I think 30% sky seed kids learn through these situations of life, difficulties, right? Bad
Yes,
situations of
that's
life.
true.
They ultimately come to the right track because they have been
Yes.
suffered the various kinds of obstacles and issues of life, right? But this is no
Mm,
certainty like you have to just left up your kids over the situation because there is no certainty they must come on the track in coming time.
mm.
We have a
No,
responsibility
that's
and we have to follow it, right?
mm. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Even if I talk about me, my condition when I was kid, the atmosphere of the family was not really great. The situations were not really great. So I was literally very serious about my study since a very young age. But now, if I see my kid, we are spending a lot of money on their education, but still they are not, interested for learning. I used to study in government school, and I was literally very serious about the study. There were a lot of obstacles I have seen in my family, and for that reason I think I'm automatically very mature by the time. But
Yeah,
since the kids are getting everything they want, like very well, because their parents are working really hard for them, they have no value of it. And that is
yeah.
also one of the cause kids are not listening to their parents, or not getting mature on time. This is also one of the reason.
Yes, ma'am. Reasons behind it, now. As much as you will suffer through the situation of your life, by the coming the proper
Yeah.
age of your, you become before mature a lot, more than elder
Yeah.
person. Okay, the people
Hmm,
has been
that's
considering like how you can mature in a little age much more in comparison to the elder person because many of them no, so many people used to giving me compliment like how you think like that, you're a very like what I say younger
kind
more
heart.
than me, right? So actually my perspective is only whatever I earn through my situation of life, difficulties which I have been suffered, and I belong to Bihar. I stayed in a village area, so I know the value of time, education.
Hmm.
So that's why.
Hmm. That's true. And even I have generally seen that people from Bihar, they are very much focused on their studies and education. They always like very serious. I had a lot of friends. I have still have a lot of friends. They are from Bihar, and there's a like friend circle with them. So I know they all are very studious kind of kids when they were studying. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So now it's
Because
18 minutes. I don't even realize it's like 18 minutes already passed. Yeah. You were saying something, and then we can wrap up.
okay, ma'am. I would like to know your journey. When have you involved yourself in a spoken field? Because this is like a motivation for the learner.
Yeah, you know what? When I was in the school, I was literally very poor in English. I used to get like 30, 33 marks only, which is like passing marks required for the clearing an exam. And but I was really passionate about learning this language. Whenever I used to watch any news channel, I have this thing in my mind that I have to speak like her since a very young age. But because of not getting the environment, and I can also say that I do not have anyone who can guide me. At that time, like my parents are very simple, they are not very much educated, so they don't focus much on my English or studies. Whatever I have studied, it was totally my decision. So I pursue law, and then I've decided, okay, now I have to learn this language because it's very important for the person who study law. So
Yeah,
since then, like when I was in the job sector, then I've started focusing more on my English, and I started with the listening. Most of the time, I used to listen YouTube videos, and then I start speaking. I try to repeat just after them. So this is how I get this kind of fluency. But yes, I'm still on my learning journey because I'm still making a lot of grammatical mistakes while speak. So I want to become fluent. I want to be sound like an advanced speaker, and I'm still working on it. Yeah.
yeah, ma'am. Of course you are, according to me. because you are much you are convey your thought in good manner. Really, everyone can be comprehend very nicely of your thoughts, and it's enough to having making communication to each other, right? Be
That's
kindly you are talking with. Yes, ma'am. Because it doesn't matter how fast you are, ma'am. If you are casually, if you are going to give the proper explanation related of any topic to any learner, it matters a lot because people are consuming what exactly you want to say to them, right? And little bit error of grammar, it's
yeah.
okay because so many native speaker also might be done so many error in grammar. It doesn't matter. If you are conveniently making sentence for the comfort of learner and gradually they are reaching at your opinion, so that it will be much convenient for both of side, right?
Mm, that's true.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am,
Oh,
have you taken any online classes?